My roommate removed me social, and avoids my presences. I signed a 2-year contract with my friend who I've known for 6 years, and been friends for 4 years. For a bit personal life, I go to college and she does not. She has a boyfriend who I've been clear I like him, but I'm not sure how their relationship will go for some private reasons. She has no other friends in the area she hangs out or sees since she works too. She only to my knowledge calls mutual friend A. Some of the personal details I've discussed with her was my reaction to a past close friend B speaking behind my back. The hurt I felt from my closest friends led to my understanding and attempt to never do that to another person. I felt she'd understand knowing that, but I found out my roommate and friend A were speaking about our apartment issues, so I felt very betrayed by that. My roommate and friend A began to speak more and hang out with friend B. From the time I slowly stopped being friends with that friend B, I shared her feelings and how to respond to their apology, and now to the recent move, 6 to 7 months duration. I told my roommate and my friend A I would need some time to get over these feelings of hurt whenever I see them, as I am reminded unconsciously they're still friends with friend B despite breaking down to them how much I was saddened by friend B actions. I've been on the end of someone speaking less to me and not putting effort into our relationship. I did not want them to feel that confusion without knowing what's going on. I'm a firm believer in discussing issues. My friend A understood and gave me respectfully space since she knew it was a bit awkward to respond to her checkups on me. My roommate reacted horribly to this. She never acknowledged my note that she's always family during and whenever I get over these feelings of being unable to hang out or talk to them as much as our friendship used to be. She feels I'm basically expecting or demanding a friendship based on her valued relationship with friend B. Also, around that time I told her friend, who's my friend C, about her feeling. She gossips and jokes rudely. I knew she had those feelings, and she did not want to put effort into the relationship as much. She felt she addressed it but it won't stop, so she just hangs out, but it bothers her, leading to her not wanting to talk. In sense, she is only friends for the memories and them being such a long friendship. I did not tell friend C until my roommate kept complaining. I've been very clear to my roommate that I would not tolerate a friend or someone speaking badly about my friend. Friend C removed her from Instagram, and my roommates removed me from social media including her location. I do not care about the social media, but she sent a long text with the natural Apple Notes usage too. My roommate felt I made her lose a friendship despite friend C mentioning how she was planning to not reach out as much anyway since my roommates was acting like that. Additionally, my roommate revealed then but not earlier when she first discussed her conflicts with friend C that friend C spoke badly about my roommate. She felt I shouldn't expect or want her to drop friend B if I'm friends with friend C. However, my roommate is friends with people who told her my friend C said friend C, and these people are not even her friends. The messages continued how she felt she'd be nice and communicate as a good roommate. The entire message was very stiff to me, and I told her I'm not reading her screenshot Apple Notes passage. I want to talk to women and not over a text. She and I were supposed to have a discussion a few days ago, and I missed it. She messaged she's okay and not upset. However, she purposely avoids my presence and doesn't respond to my attempt to reschedule. I am not sure if it is worth it having a discussion with her when it seems she's made up her mind on doing this silent treatment before even having a discussion. She's had a history of revealing things or lashing out at both her boyfriend and me. When I tried talking to her about chores, she felt I pressured her like a mom, so that's why she didn't do them, and she has ADHD for what? She's never told me about ADHD for our entire time knowing each other, and I understand it can be difficult to reveal something like that, but I had to correct her. At most she might genuinely have had. Keeping into account that, her boyfriend and friend A only propels he talks to, and she doesn't do much besides going to work and a business activity. What I planned to acknowledge when speaking to her, was that I did tell friend C without speaking with her. Also, I don't mind her talking to my friend A since I know she'd tell me if anything was wrong, but I want her to at least still have that communication if she doesn't speak about these issues with her boyfriend. How should I keep asking about discussing our feelings when I feel both she and I wants to leave it how it is and naturally let things happen? Story 2. How should I handle my current situationship? Should I talk to them or leave it be? I've never had a situationship before, but I think what I experienced falls under this category. Hence why I am looking for any advice, because I have never been involved in anything like this. I met someone through an online D&D campaign. We pretty quickly hit it off and began talking more outside of game. Talking to them was really fun. Like most relationships, we got along really easily and found we have a ton in common and would talk for hours and hours to each other on Discord. It wasn't too long before our messaging got a bit more flirtatious, which was really fun and exciting, and I was really enjoying the time spent talking to this person, romantically speaking or not. We end up having a 5-year age gap, but we both agreed we both felt comfortable and that we vibed enough that it didn't seem like an issue. We also talk a bit more about real life things, life experiences, and relationship experiences. They open up to me about relationship experiences they've had in the past, and I share about mine as well. I should note that I am currently going through a divorce with the partner I was previously with for 9 years, it being the only adult relationship I've been in, and for them, they have never been in a relationship at all before. We did discuss these things with each other. They are also the first person I've even talked to like this since my relationship ended. We don't live in the same state, but we both took a chance and they ending up buying a ticket to come out and visit. Beforehand, they told me not to catch feelings for them a few times, because we're just online. They said if we met in person it would be different. This made me nervous because by the time they said this I had already started developing a crush on them. I guess I don't work in a way that I can interact in such a way with someone but have no feelings for them. So I kind of kept how I felt to myself. Maybe that's a major mess up on my part. They also during this conversation told me there was someone in their life they had a crush on and wished there was a way they could be with them, which they later on said to me they hoped it was okay that they said that. I responded saying I know they have a life outside of when we talk. But then later on in the same conversation, they brought up to me maybe they should just do long distance/online dating and continue to flirt with me. Anyways, let's jump forward to a little less than a month later. They come out and we definitely have something between us. Intimacy wise, if it's worth mentioning, we end up sleeping together the first night, twice. The night after that, we start to sleep together again but they call it off and we go to bed. There is only one other attempt while they are here, closer to the end of the trip, which again they stop. For the next handful of days we spend together there's kind of a confusing vibe, where some moments they treat me like someone they're interested in romantically but then also not. There is an interaction that happens one of the nights they're here which confuses me so badly that I end up approaching them about it. We're heading out for the night to go to a concert with some friends of mine. In the car, they say aloud that if they get approached by anyone tonight and get flirted with, they're going to flirt back. I remain quiet. They follow up after a minute, I think to ease the awkwardness, that they'll flirt but they know who they're going home with. I start getting pretty anxious to myself over what they said, but again, I'm not dating this person so I try to handle my emotions myself. However, when we roll up to the concert we begin to have some drinks to pre-game the show, and all of us get pretty tipsy. I am yaai tipsy. So at some point I approach them in my drunken confidence and say along the lines of, "Hey, I'm really confused about what you said in the car." My memory is a little hazy, because again alcohol, but they started to list off reasons of why we aren't together or shouldn't date or something along those lines, including personal life reasons, mentioned above at the end of the second paragraph, that they aren't looking to settle down, and the long distance thing. I'm like, whoa, I'm not trying to control what you do, I'm just confused because I've been trying to flirt with you the whole time. And if I'm not your type, I'd rather you just tell me. I think me saying this changed their demeanor a little bit. If I remember correctly they said they had bought a ticket to come out and see me, and consoled me. We also held hands the whole way home during a 40-minute drive, which I must say was incredibly pleasant. Fast forward, the rest of the time they were here visiting, it was mostly good. Small interactions here and there you would expect from people dating, and other times very platonic. When I drop them off at the airport they kiss me in the car. I get out to help them get their bags, we kiss 2 more times and I ask if I can hug them. We spent a whole 6 days together, the entire time they were here. They go back home, and for the last few weeks we have been texting here and there, but nowhere near what we used to, with no flirting or mention of what had happened, but they also sprinkled in here and there they might come back in December. When they text me I get so excited though, even if it isn't the same type of talking as before. We still play D&D together, which has been the only time we have actually talked to one another, and that's in a group setting. Last night everyone had left the call. Next thing I know it's just me and them in Discord. After a minute of talking to one another, they're being nice to me as per usual, we hop off the call and call it a night. And I don't know why, but it made me cry a little bit. I think I'm just overwhelmed. Somehow, it feels romantically confusing as well, seeing a friendship slip away because we used to talk nearly every day and now hardly at all. And where I'm at in my life, there are not a lot of people I am super close with, so having a friendship with them mattered to me. I feel really dumb, and I don't know what I've done. This thing going on between us has been, at least for me, very confusing. They put up barriers between us but then also continue to kind of make mentions that make me wondering if they're hinting at something else with us. Either way, something that I thought was fun and could handle apparently backfired on me, because now I am so confused over someone and I did it to myself. And the worst part being that I definitely, even despite the wishy-washiness of the situation, think about them all the time and really like them. I guess at this point the question I'm looking to have answered is this: how should I progress moving forward with this relationship? Should I be brave and talk to them about it, or is it best to avoid it and see what comes of it? Also, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for taking time out of your day to help a homie out.